And the theme of today's week is called It's Bad. So I'm gonna say a sentence or a question, and then I'm gonna call somebody to come up, and they'll talk about it for 2 or 3 minutes. 1 to 2 minutes. And then after that, they sit back down. So to get us started, tell us about an experience or something or someone that smelled bad. And with that, I'll call up Andrew.
Well, I didn't exactly come prepared to speak today, but being that it's a relatively easy concept to convey, I work at a gas station on the weekends, and I'm frequently in contact with people who don't have homes, and these people very frequently smell poorly, really poorly. Like I can't breathe bad, and it's really bad that they don't have homes, and I think we should do more as a society to help these people.
Have you ever had a bad teacher? And if so, why? 2, 1.
If I've ever had a bad professor, well, in my college, in my engineering classes, there's a variety of teaching and people. Some professors like come across tend to do one thing that I really dislike, which is just click your PowerPoint. There's a lot of information. You're writing that you don't know what's important. Then again, you start realizing, what am I in class? I can just read the PowerPoint myself. But again, I started questioning, is this even the best right major for me? I'm trying to learn something here, but then it's discouraging me by just seeing how these are supposed to be professionals in the field, and they just do this, and I just don't understand. And it annoys me too, and it's supposed to be important for our education, and it's one of the core courses as well. So it just bothers me to know when there's a professor that does that.
I could very much relate to that in the engineering part. The next question is, in movies, there is always a good guy. How about you tell us about your favorite bad guy and why?
My favorite bad guy? I'm not really too into bad guys, to be honest. I'm pretty optimistic. I don't like getting dragged down by the negatives, so I think my favorite bad guy is the critic from Ratatouille. Because he's not the traditional bad guy. He's awesome because he gets such a change at the end. He realizes that he needs to be more happy, I guess, and not dwell on the negatives, much like my philosophy of always being happy and way too optimistic about absolutely everything. He's just kind of a cool dude in that he realizes this very late in his life, but in his life regardless. Yeah, that's why I think he's the best.
The next question is, what's the difference between a good friend and a bad friend? And with that, Zura, will come up and speak.
You know, every single one of these topics that was presented, every time I would turn to my neighbor and say, I had a really good one for that. Except for this time. I think the difference between a really good friend and a bad friend is it absolutely depends on who you are and where you are in your life. If you find a friend who is going where you want to go,
that makes a friend a good friend, in a big way. Of course, it's very important for a friend to really care about you, and for him to want you to succeed, and for him to be, to really want to see you do well. But I think it's also very important that that friend and you have to have something in common, and you and that friend need to be going in the same direction. I think that's a very important part of friendship. Whereas with a bad friend, even if he does, maybe he does care about you, but if his life is going in a completely direction, your friendship might not go that well. Also, bad friends smell bad. And they usually like bad friends. Thank you.
Was there ever a time where you told a bad joke and no one laughed? Yes, I don't know your name.
Derek.
Derek.
Well, I can't remember when I told a good joke and people did laugh. Most of the time, I stutter my way through the joke and can't really get the point across or the tagline or whatever that word is. It just doesn't come across and people kind of just pause and it just becomes this really awkward silence. So I do get some jokes in every now and again, but not most of the time. So it's good that you guys laughed at the beginning of this, but it doesn't happen all that often. Yeah.
What's the worst movie you have ever seen and why?
Worst movie that I've ever seen. Let me see. Man, I can't even remember. A few movies. What I didn't like. Searching. Somebody name a bad movie for me.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Napoleon Dynamite? That was
Wicker
okay.
Wicker Man.
Wicker Man. I can tell you about a movie that I've heard about that was so bad that I feel it was bad for me, even though I didn't see it. It was a movie a long time ago when Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez were going out called Jiggly. And I just heard everywhere. I didn't go see this movie myself, but it just bombed so badly that I felt not only for them, but for every audience that must have seen it. I mean, you have two really, they're two really famous people. They're charismatic in their own right, but you get them together and the direction and the script must have been so bad. That was so bad that it became a bad movie for me, so that's my choice. Thanks.
Well, good thing I haven't seen that movie. Okay, the next question is, how do you bring out the good in someone?
My name's
Anthony, thank you.
Bring out the good in something. I would say, first and foremost, to bring out the good in somebody, you have to show their strengths so that when you are speaking with them, you let them know how much you appreciate what they have to offer. So when you emphasize the positivity that they bring forth, then you will bring out the best in them. And then when you show how grateful you are that they exist, then I think that's how you bring out the absolute best.
And I'm sorry if I don't know everybody's name at this point. It's terrible. Okay, my last one is, what's the worst theme for a party and why? Yeah. What's the worst theme for a party and why?
So I'm not really a party animal, unlike a lot of people in my field, which is construction management. Every time we have a field trip or a conference, the last one we went to was a 3-day big party where 1,800 students gathered from all over the West Coast, and we had a competition. And it's a resort slash hotel, a resort slash casino. And everybody, after the competition, started to party. I'm not a really big party animal, and so I don't drink. Out of the 180 students in our whole program, from freshmen to seniors, there's only 3 of us that don't drink, that don't do any drugs. It's kind of a surprise, I know. And so, any party. I guess there are good parties, but as far as I know, a party means drinking, and I don't drink, so every party that drinks is not my party. All right.